Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, at whichever time zone you are in and watching this broadcast. My name is Tina Fenton, and I'm going to be doing a PowerPoint presentation on organizational communications. So let's begin the show. Organizational Communications by Tina S. Fenton. So the agenda for today, we will be talking about, what is organizational communications, the integrated marketing impacts of organizational communications, the functions that it holds in the business aspect, why it's good to have transparency, targeted messaging versus corporate branding, shaping, and then utilizing all of those strategies or organizational communications and in shaping Acme's brand and strategies to build Acme's brand and some of the uses that Acme can use organizational communications for. So organizational communications is something that is structured by the particular organization. Communications is also influenced by the organizational hierarchy. It's the meaning of language, which changes depending on the context. It is the fundamental process that shapes our social reality, and it is the transmitting of data to sender and receivers. Organizations are the visible manifestations of human activity, which is of communication. So an organization is an ongoing collection of images, symbols, messages, decisions, interactions, interpretations, etc. Organizational communications continued. So organizational communications requires 4 effective competencies for it. The first one is knowledge competency, which is the ability to comprehend the communication of the organization. It's developed through human communication and the interactive process of the human nature. It also explores the roles of people in the organization and the correlation between the organization. Another competency is skills competency. That involves organizational communication, and it's the ability to initiate and consume the organizational messaging effectively while properly evaluating the organizational structure's conditions. It's developed through evaluation and application, and it can be experienced through case studies and sensitive individual experiences. Another competency is sensitivity, which is the ability to accurately examine and get a sense of the organization's values and feelings. It's developed through assessing the theories being used about communications and organizations, and it can be examined through leadership and conflicts, along with individuals and similarities play a role in the impact. The last competency is values, which is contributing to the organization's merit by taking personal responsibility for effective communication. It is developed by discussing personal responsibility within the organization, and ethical dilemmas and the importance of values related to organizational communication within the organization are examined. Integrated marketing communication impacts. So IMC is a tactic that the organization uses to coordinate communication efforts to their consumers. It makes the process of understanding easier for the consumer. So the corporation, the business, the organization can communicate their brand effectively to the consumer. IMC can carry that message across numerous communication channels. It can also create brand awareness. It's more cost effective than mass media. And IMC provides a competitive advantage for sales and profits, and it makes the buying process much easier for the consumer. The functions organizational communications holds in business. So these are the 5 functions that that is required for organizational communications so that it functions in the business. The first one is motivation, which the manager will provide incentives and communicate expectations to provoke the highest performance from an employee. Control, which are policies and procedures that are put in place by the company through HR to ensure control and order among the employees. The third function is interaction. Interaction between employees and customers is a crucial component to the success of the company. The fourth function is providing information, Information is sent both written and verbally throughout the organization to ensure all parties are on the same page. Last but not least, providing feedback. All members of the organization can communicate in a way that allows everyone to give and receive feedback. Why it's important to have transparency in the organization. So transparency is important because it is critical to all parties within the organization, so that everyone can kind of be on the same page, close to understanding what the vision and mission of the organization is, to definitely ensure the success of the company. Transparency also provides a comfortable environment for all parties involved and eliminates the feeling of seclusion. Employees who feel the organization is truthful and honest, who has nothing to hide, will perform better for that actual organization. And it is beneficial to provide an atmosphere where there is mutual understanding, creating a space for all parties to feel comfortable with probing and asking questions for clarification. So strategies, differences between targeted messaging and corporate branding. So targeted messaging is, it perfects the message with techniques and strategies, and it focuses more on traditional PR, public relations, and outreach events. Corporate branding focuses on shaping the actual business, the offerings you provide that set you apart from the actual competition, and it molds your delivery system to your consumers. The reason why these two work well, so although serving two different purposes, targeted messaging and corporate work hand in hand with one another. They both allow the consumer to witness the organization, that it provides something that they need, as well as providing an understanding and showing value. They both provide delivery and content of what is being delivered. Shaping Acme's brand. So organizational communication can be used to shape Acme's brand because Acme can build the kind of communication they would like within their culture. It helps everyone, whatever role in the agency, understand the importance of communication and the functions it entails. It can also give Acme direction with messaging and intentionality, picking target audiences and appealing to the right segment. It will also help Acme understand the differences of level and how to communicate effectively to the proper channels. Strategies to build. One, understanding what makes the messaging. So Acme is sending out effective messages. Two, understanding what makes the messengers Acme uses effective. Three, Acme needs to practice and repeat. Four, Acme needs to focus on the benefits of what they are doing versus the feature. Acme needs to stick to the foundation we have built. Six, perfect the takeoff and the landing. And seven, keeping the message without appearing programmed or scripted. So some of the uses, these strategies can be used to build Acme's brand and maintain Acme's reputation by learning the communication process, assessing the tools it would take to effectively run the organization, learning the ins and outs of organizational behavior, and using it to build the culture of Acme. These are my reference pages to where I received all of my information. And that is the end of the slideshow. I truly hope you do enjoy the presentation and learned as much as I did. Thank you and have a great evening.